Okay. Apologies. We should be back now. I made some adjustments to our settings. Everything looks a little better here. Bit rate's pretty good. Recordings. Go for drop frames, which is good. We're doing fine here. CPU usage is good. Memory usage is really good. Okay. Apologies. Should be back to stock. Checking out the stream. Phone. Make sure that we're speed with things. Just a little wiggle of the hand. Watching phone here. Just quality of the stream. Just as still running into problems. There's still some freezing. Thing. Why did it freeze? We'll try this and see if it works. Um, we'll go from there. So, like I said, I just put on some Clorox White on this, and all I was doing was just getting it to add some OSL to this. No big deal. Nothing too. I could add maybe even a little more on the edges of the cloak here, backs of the bones. All I'm doing is just making it look. Now the stream's not even playing at all. Kind of is. Just very, very, very far behind. Ah, golly. Happened. Bats are fine, but I'm having an impossible time streaming over top of work. Don't know why. Just my network. If you're watching from PC, that might be better. Or if you've got like a Wi-Fi connection, it could be because I'm trying to stream over top of um, wireless network or watch from my. Anyway, we're just gonna go with it. Okay. So I don't see an heavy metal for this guy specifically, but we're gonna follow kind of the guy that I just posted there. So he's got Black Legion armor on. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to start with some black. So I need an Abaddon black, which I believe, well, that's Corvus black. Abaddon black, here we go. This might be a little chunky, we're going to find out. Not too bad. I mean, all things considered, it's not too bad. And we're just going to get some onto wet palette. My medium layer brush. Actually, not a layer brush, I'm going to use a, because I need to have the correct brushes in my. I'm going to put it down here on the wet palette, the whole whack of it. Update paperwork here. Oh, I don't need to already write. Okay. Grab a little of the wet stuff here. Nice and thin. Just gonna lather it on. We're just we're just riding chill vibes today because tomorrow's gonna be such a chaotic stream. Been thinking about it for the last couple days now, and I'm over the moon, excited for it. Like it's gonna be a big stream, both for me and for just really cool stuff going on. A ton of works to cut glue and paint start to finish kind of thing, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun, I feel, because you take a long time and I don't have any instructions. I don't really know what it is I'm getting into. But we've got, I think Simple Dot said it best when they said head, head, two arms, two legs. How hard could it be? And I agree. How hard could it be? So we're gonna find out how hard it is. I guess. See, the reason why I'm thinning my paint is because it's starting to come out a little thin there. Just gonna keep it that thin because it's nice and smooth. But just being, I might be a little sloppy with the paint here, but that's because we're gonna do gold trim anyway. This is the Chaos Space Marine way of doing things. Black armor, gold trim, clean up some of my. I'm gonna try and not get the skulls black, but I have a feeling that because the tight area too. I'm gonna paint under his boot black. I even just the whole thing in black, if I'm honest. I'll paint the armor under his carapace and with the plug suit beneath it. Get these like gloves on. I don't want to paint them just yet because I might hit them contrast paint. Again, he's wearing robe, so I don't want to get too much on the robe. I haven't decided what color the robe is yet. I think on the back of our paperwork here, robe is red. Yeah, so we want to avoid that again. We're already kind of in the right space to paint him this way anyway, so we're doing pretty good so far. Not that you can see it because the stream keeps falling behind. But again, if you're watching on Twitch itself, um, on your computer, it should be a little better. And I do apologize. I'm gonna do some test streams after the stream, trying to figure out how to make the stream better for our Friday stream because this is completely unacceptable. We won't bring that up again. Just we'll, I brush it a little. Black was on really nice. Yeah, but on too thin coats, it's perfect. I think the back fit looks like this. I don't know. I know there's some places where there's going to be some gold trim, so we're going to rely on that to be of our guide. We're just going to cover it all in Abaddon black first. These skulls we know are going to be painted with Dreaming Skull. Mostly first, just getting paint on everything. Be a little paint on areas that shouldn't be black. We can come over it with some grace here. The areas in here that are black because the suit's there. I'm gonna address them now while I can, rather than come back to them later. Apparently, my manufacturer bought Thingiverse. Really? That's bought Thingiverse. Insane. I mean, that's a huge STL company. What if that means they're going to protect people who post minis, or if they're going to say that they own the people or own the minis that people post, or if they plan to change anything. Also, welcome to the stream, Genly. Can you tell me if my stream is kind of chunky or if it looks kind of laggy on your side? I've seen they announced they're going to purge AI models from Thingiverse but keep free-for-all models. That's no. I don't necessarily hate AI models, but the thing I dislike about them sometimes is that when people make them, they're missing like not all the holes are filled on them. They actually have to do some pre-processing before you can do post-processing or even printing. It's really frustrating. So how are you? This part up here on the armor, on the boot, gets to be black. Both sides here. Those models, tons of just modeled issues on the AI ones. The good ones had the poster doing a pass on to make sure it's not broken. So I'm good. I'm finishing up my lunch. Right on. Um, like I said, my stream doesn't look too chunky for you, does it? Because one of the things that I'm seeing on data is that the stream speeds up and then slows down. It speeds up and then slows down. I don't know if that's Twitch or if it's me trying to figure it out. On the stream seems low, but could also be me. My audio on my PC is kind of all over the place sometimes, but I haven't seen specific lag issues that far. Okay, I'll take that as a good sign then. I'll get closer to the mic just for you. Sometimes I mumble a little bit. I like to just sort of think out loud and try and paint things a little bit. So sometimes I'm just sort of in me. I think it looks pretty good so far. The black looks fine. I want to paint big areas next, so I'm going to paint the cloak. Come over and repaint some of the areas that we a little bit more specific, a little bit smaller. The other thing is weird too. Discord, for example, I can barely hear a friend, but another friend can hear them perfectly fine. Doesn't matter if it boosts their audio or anything either. Could be your system audio, maybe, or it could be something else. I'm gonna hit this with some corn red, just on the cloak. because I really want big areas to be like darkish red. I could use ball red or flesh tears red. That would look really, really red. But where I overdid it on some black areas, they like right here. I thought so, but I can hear the other friend perfectly fine. Huh. I don't know. Maybe they've just got them adjusted in a very specific way. And again, I know I'm not being super careful with my red here. The point isn't to be careful. The point's just to get paint on it. Then we can clean it up a little. I mean, we have Abaddon black. We have corn red. We're really just getting paint onto the model. We'll make it pretty later. I could make it pretty the first time. I thought so, but I can hear the other frame perfectly fine. I don't know them. Um, could be like a Discord thing, maybe. Still use my base brush just for corn right here. It's still a base paint. It's pretty. Putting some corn red in here in the crevices so I can see where this paint's gonna go. And I'm doing it pretty thin, but that's okay because we'll come back with another coat, working my way in all the recesses. And like I said again, I know this is very sloppy looking, but the point right now is not to get it perfect, just to get it. Honestly, this is one of the hardest parts of painting is starting and getting paint on something, and then just letting go until that cleanup stage. Missed it, McKinley. I was out yesterday because I had a league game for AOS, and I totally got tabled by someone we used to go to school with. And by tabled, I mean like tabled. Like I did pretty good for like 4 rounds. But by the fourth round, I had one warrior left, chaos warrior left, I should say, and one slaves to darkness. Um, 2 knights left. The other one. I killed some things. That's right. Commissar is 100% right. I killed some things, but then they also killed me. So, a little give and take. Yeah, we traded blows, as it would be. Get a tooth. Get to almost a wash tear. You play against. I don't know if they want their name on the stream, but I could say the first name was Josh. If you're in the Warhammer community, then you can piece it together from there. But if you're not, can't really say. I posted a picture in the Battle Report channel on the Discord. You can see what their army looks like. But basically, they did a fantastic job. The archers really, like I said, they were the MVP that whole game. This side, because they just kept shooting like 20 arrows across the battlefield. To me, I thought, I thought squishy elves, whatever. And I learned it was not. So my hats off to them. If you're watching, just know that I under anticipated, or did not anticipate rather, getting that tabled that easily by elves. Color's looking pretty good. A little sloppy on the color, but like I said, it's coming out nice and smooth near the end there. Just do some cleanup. Get it where I wanted to. I'm gonna yes in front. Logo painting cam. Love the team all. Thank you. Welcome to the crew. Being CSM. Sorry, not cam. CSM. Um, so the red's on there now, which is we're gonna get this really cleaned up. We get back to it. Be another break if you're still around. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming in, just saying hi and chilling out for a little bit. The corn red's nice and flat. Probably hit with a little bit more, just because the back here looks a little thin. I grab my wash here and then we'll call it. What? It's a good thing I did that too, because I missed it. A little bit under the cloak. Why we do this other check? Sure, we're consistent. Didn't miss anything. Add the bones here. Like I said, it's messy. I know it is. Bothered by it being this messy right now, but just need the paint on it. Just get more paint. Good so far. Next, I want to do. I've got this staff here. I'm referencing this. It looks like they're using like light ultra here. Then this looks like it's almost like Screaming Skull. Not Screaming Skull, sorry. This looks like it's Wraithbone for the skull. So these are just some larger areas that we're just going to do some color blocking on. Then I also want to do some brown on the. We'll lighten up the brown as well. So actually, I might start with the brown because it's a lot more brown than there is anything else, and it touches the skull, so we're going to go over top. So best thing we can do here is we can either use a contrast paint, which I like snakebite leather, but I have to clean it up to do it. The Nida brown or something. I think our fur is just clean enough we can use that snakebite leather, and there's a little feather in there. Yeah, let's use snakebite leather. Have a contrast brush. It's actually a glare. This whole contrast paint. Again, I'm just going over everything with it, regardless if it's a feather or not. We'll just clean that up. Color blocking is a nice little technique to just get paint Then all we do afterwards is just, like I said, like I keep saying, using just a Citadel glaze brush for the snakebite level. How are you doing today, Turban? If I said that wrong, I apologize. Uh, Brian, ATG. I could probably use this round for the pouch as well. What that looks like. Clean up layer. But it doesn't look too bad on the pistol pouch. Brush a little bit. Just tab. Burn. That's fine. Okay. Doing okay. Work system went down, so switch for a background stream. Always have to find painting CSM to keep me in mind. Appreciate that. That's kind of my goal is to be a good background stream for a lot of people. Um, we paint some pretty cool stuff here on stream. I'll show you actually some stuff that we painted on stream. We did paint a Zarketh Bane of Law, but I'm also a Warhammer 40k Black Templar player at times. So we did paint our Emperor labeled Razorback. This one's kind of a neat little paint job too, because it also has a mod. That mod lights, not just lights in the front or on the side. Might be hard to see, but I'll turn off the lights so you can see them. Lights here and there. Also inside the cavity as well. We modified this, completed it, and painted it on stream. And we added some fun little touches like the, weapons on the top have chains on them, just because Black Templar like to put chains on their weapons. Las can. We drill out our barrels and make sure we do that. Do some fun stuff here. Then we post them to Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all the other fun places where people can see them after the fact. And we do post them inside the Discord as well. So it's always an opportunity to see how the progress is in the end of the day or where we are later. I was formerly a developer, so I still have that mindset that I need to give progress reports, where we started, where we're going, X, Y, Z. So I haven't left that mindset. Clean up my. Guess I get some corn red on my black. Actually, I might even grab my airbrush. Get it in you. Haircut brush here. Black. Just gonna up where we overspilled. Looking pretty good so far. I mean, we're almost speed painting them. I'm very excited for tomorrow's stream. Um, I say this. I've been saying it for days, for the last however many days for the stream, and I try to talk about as much as I can. But Friday's stream is an Oops All Orcs, and what that means is that we're going completely themed to orcs. I've got a set of 9th edition orcs that I bought as part of a mystery box at one point, and I have them here. And there's no instructions that came in the mystery box, so I have no idea how to put these guys together at all. I just know that there's 10 of them because there's 10 bases. So we're gonna be spending tomorrow's stream basically going start to finish. I don't know how long it's going to be. Today's stream is only 4 hours, but tomorrow's stream probably will be like 16, 18 hours. And then if we get to 25 followers, I also have another. I've got an orc mega boss here. Once I'll tease him for you. Sorry, he's an orc war chief. This is by Cromlech, and this is one of those minis that is also interesting because it's also just resin parts. One mini, yeah. Lost my sergeant here. And then we get some more surprises as well. So it's going to be, like I said, probably 16, 18 hours of just streaming straight while we just flip glue paint, flip glue prime paint, all of them. Then when I say surprises, I mean like we've got some more minis. They're being intermingled, brought in for the stream, and it's going to be nonstop. I started planning it sort of as a joke last Friday, and we were talking about it on stream, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if? And it just became a reality. And so I'm excited to suffer, I guess. Mark your calendars if you're into that kind of wacky, crazy crap. The belt here, I'm going to have to go over with an actual basing brown. I'm looking inside of here. I see he's got black armor, so I'm going to have to actually brush in there. Brush in there. Famous last words. Exactly. That's what. So the commissar is in this chat as well, and the commissar is who I name my partner. Just because he doesn't really like to have her identity out there really well. Um, and just as a sign of mutual respect, I call her the commissar. And she's very supportive of this like pseudo Valentine's Day stream that we're doing. And she's been hyping me up and trying to get me to be fully like whacked out of it, like trying to make it so I suffer a little bit more. She's kind of got that like Schadenfreude. She enjoys that sort of pain. um, so I'm excited, I guess, to get into that for her. Um, really noted if I hear you say the word, if I hear you say the wrong thing and hear a bang. Exactly. if you if you hear me stop talking and you hear a bang, just know that the stream will be going on for a little bit longer, at least until I get back for the from the hospital. Clean up some of my corn red here. Using the black to get all the areas that black. That's a lot cleaner. It'll be interesting from what I see. Well, yeah, I mean, you get to you get to be in the other room. Sorry, the Lost Zelda is the commissar. So it'll be fun time. Okay, so he's got these like gray gloves. So that to me looks like Corvus Black. Not Abaddon Black, Corvus Black. That's probably what. It's a slightly brighter black. You can highlight that later. Character brush again. Grab some palette. Now I did some OSL highlighting with Rex White before I get into color blocking here. So we'll see how this kind of goes. But we're still just color blocking right now. Just getting colors on, then do our edge highlighting and everything a little. Now I have to be careful because now I've got the primary color on. Seeing some spots here where I could add more of that corn red or that black. Another reason that I'm doing color blocking as well. So I can see all my colors are going. Just because I want to get those two areas addressed just from seeing some gray inside of where this brush is pointing, as well as just under the arm. Grab some of my, just very carefully here first. I know I'm not being beautiful, but hard to be with some of these models. Usually sculpts are absolutely beautiful. I wish they would spend this much time and attention to all their other sculpts, but I don't know if a lot of people will see these details I'm painting, but I'll know they're there. I'll feel weird if I see them or remember them. I can't get 3 a.m. about them. I haven't painted them correctly. Okay. One glove, we'll do the other glove. A little bit more of that Corvus Black, throw a wet palette. another little spot that we could have added. We'll find a way to address that. Just using the wet palette, just rather, but just to make sure my be just a very minor color difference between gloves and armor. They're hard to see, but there is a minor. Get the camera to focus. If I hold my hand the right way and stick my tongue out the other side. Ah, close enough. Okay. Again, this doesn't look like very much right now, but it will very soon. Just those two. And now we got the gloves done. We're going to color block the helmet. Not going to color block the staff because it's just metallics. Same with the golds, are just metallics, and I can leave them. So I'm going to use some either Screaming Skull or if I can find my Wraithbone. So I'll use Pale White Flesh. Like a nice light color this time. A little chunky though. Back. Oh. Again, I'm just using the layering brush. Comes with or that you can buy from our. Started warming up my brush. Covered in paint. A little bit off on the wet palette here. Sorry, on the paper towel here. What the Pale White Flesh is really nice for skull. Right here, because it adds just a little bit of contrast. We're just going to throw Skeleton Horde over top of it later anyway. Because it goes really nicely into the recesses. It'll almost be a shade in itself, Skeleton Horde. Full the face. Hey, thank you for the follow. Lustrous cactus. I think I said that right. Time to paint the big rush. Probably gonna be right here. Hold it in. It's so subtle, these colors. Like, some of them almost look like you never see them. That's kind of the point is we want to build that foundation. Because we're gonna do some really cool like OSL. Do that. We have to make sure that everything we're really close to that 25 follower mark. Once we get there, it's orcs. I mean, we're gonna do orcs anyway, but 5 gets us that war chief. And like I said, for little ends. Extra hours of stream. They don't if they don't come out the way I want them to. Hey, Sybil Dots. Good evening or afternoon. Actually, is afternoon for me. How are you today? Going. Eating for you. That's right, because your flower is different. In the office. Color is all white flesh. It'll. They had to start 5 a.m. Oh my lord, 5 a.m. I think it's something happened on the weekend. Oh, actually, it's Thursday now. What am I? Just because it looks a little thick. I think it's just land maintenance. Word. Better than 3 a.m. Since that was also the option. Yeah. No, give me the 2 more hours of sleep. I think that skull looks pretty good. It's pretty hard to see because I used Gray Seer here first. Um, okay. Bye. Basically, I used to stay up, had a 5 hour nap. Yeah, I used to like my naps. My naps. Working for the man, doing coding. Decided to go our separate ways. Rather, till it was decided I could business need. I used to slam Red Bull and just stay awake all night, coding, coding, and coding, doing automation. Corn Ricks. I see a little spot in the back there. Bagel. That's a word. Filter's been off this whole time. I mean, I could go turn it on. I just it would just make me sound more like a space marine. But yeah, I mean, this is my default voice anyway. Apologies for using a voice changer before. I used a voice changer before because keep my voice higher so everyone else can hear me. But this is my actual voice. It's a lot of people. It's sort of funny. I don't get to show it off very often because I have the customer service voice. I can stream in normal voice. It's good. Thank you. Appreciate that. As long as we're okay with it, that's what I'm gonna keep doing. It's just using normal voice. I went to go see the commissar at work not long ago, and she'd been showing people my stream. Said, "Look, this is Burn Up Rush. This is stream. I know this person firsthand. They really do sound like this, but they just keep it higher. And of course, same thing happens. It always happens. People go, "Oh yeah, okay, well it's a cool voice change or whatever," and I got told do the voice, and I went okay. I went from, "Hi, how's it going?" to "This is how I normally speak," in the middle of a conversation, and I watched someone's eyes pop out of their head. They couldn't believe it. Um, I don't have my face on cam, but if if I did, Trust me, it would be not necessarily shocking, but confusing is the right term. I'm not someone who looks like I fit this voice. Ergo, I've started wearing a lot of black and chains and stuff. Just trying to get myself, but I mixed my. I'll have to wait for it to try to clean. Come back to that. Yeah, I just whip it out whenever I can. The voice, that is, whip the voice out whenever I can. Careful what I say. Someone might clip it, and then I'll have to explain myself in the future. Yeah, she loves showing off the voice to other people, and then when they see me in person, they just, whoa, where'd that come from? And I say, well, his sword here, his little knife, is black. I have to address that on this little thingies with teeth. And we'll do the goat skull. The goat skull, absolutely. I think I'm going to do it in the same bone color that I'm using here, the pale white flesh. Today's Fat Thursday in Poland. We also have something similar kind of. I have no idea what Fat Thursday is, but that sounds amazing. That sounds. My immediate reaction is that sounds like the ability to just eat as much as you. What is Fat Thursday? As much as donuts as you can today. Really? We, because we're North American, we get all the National Yada Yada Day, National Donut Day, National Hot Dog Day, Food Day, and those are kind of fun, but I don't necessarily understand them very well. We, in the province I live in, Canadian, we have Burger Week, which all they do is they just anywhere you go, someplace has its own version of a hamburger. Some places they're like really high end hamburgers, and other times it's like ones with peanut butter and jelly or like or other sweet things. Man, that would be nice. It's almost like the purge, like you're allowed to eat as many like pastries and sweets as you want in like 24-hour span. Then the rest of the year, it's like, nope, can't touch them. I'm down for that. What kind of donuts are you eating today as an American? That's just days that end in Y. Fair, fair, man, fair. I don't want to get into icebreaker weird questions, but what's kind of your favorite donuts, guys? Because like for me, in Canada we have Boston cream donuts, but you can also get maple walnut donuts as well. Maple walnut is phenomenal. Like there's the province of Ontario has the city of Toronto in it, and that city has a Tim Hortons inside of it. When Tim Hortons is huge in Canada because it's sort of the coffee chain to go to. Everybody's been loving Tim Hortons since the '90s. Um, they really like it's huge. Anyway, and they do like seasonal drinks and stuff and seasonal donuts. But the Toronto one that's next to the Hockey Hall of Fame specifically has maple walnut donuts and maple glazed, and they are just absolutely the best donuts I've ever had. I've always wanted to try like Krispy Kreme or something. It's by a hockey player. Yeah. Uh, Tim Hortons is owned or was owned, was invented at least by a hockey player named Tim Horton. Little Canadian history for you here. I almost want to put up one of those, um, which is a fun Canadian thing we do. Oh, the people. Anyway, history moment, Canadian history moment. So Tim Hortons was invented by Tim Horton, who was a famous hockey player, and his initial reaction to wanting to open up a coffee shop, which why, right? You're a hockey player. Why do you want to open a coffee shop? Because one, we drink a lot of coffee in Canada, which is 100% a fact. And two, it was about getting back to the hockey game. Whole ideology, coffee and donuts was because we tried. He was tired of lines at Transpoiset. Yes, that's 100% the lore. Is that Tim Hortons was pissed off waiting in line to buy coffee and donuts. That's all he wanted was coffee and donuts. Um, so it just became like screw you, I'm gonna make my own coffee shop with blackjack and hookers kind of deal. Uh, so he did absolutely that. He made his own coffee shop that just sold coffee and donuts. And now, when you go to Tim Hortons in Canada, now you can go buy pizza there. And for a while, you could buy bread bowls. And I mean, kind of hard to keep a coffee shop going for a really long time. So they had to get kind of inventive, but some of the inventions they have aren't necessarily the greatest invention. Really, Canadian Olympic hockey team killing it in their opening match right now. Are they? Hold on. As a Canadian, even if I don't watch hockey, I still have to be in obligation. One sec. After here. And then one silver. Oh, hockey. Ended up 3-0 in men's hockey against Czechia. Thank you for telling me about that. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not a big hockey fan, but we love hockey. On Discord posted with the colleague from work bought for ooh, I go check that out. Food. Holy shit. Can I'm uh whoa. Um Teb, can you eat all that? I think I could eat all that. Oh my god, look at those donuts. Holy shit. How many's here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20, 20, 20, 40, 60. Oh, whoa. 20. Whoa. Hold on. 3, 4, 5. Uh, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 24. 20 was in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 4, 5. So it's another 20 here. So it's 40 plus 24 is I didn't know what he did what he do with all his donuts. I mean 24 hours to eat donuts. How many donuts is this? 20, 40, uh 64. I have no idea how many's here. 5, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 4 times 7 is 18, 28. So I got over 100 donuts here. This is crazy. They're glazed, of course. Oh, that looks so good. 264. Simple dots, you better have some fucking coffee for these. Because holy shit. Oh my god. That's crazy, man. That's awesome. I'm so envious. That's a lot of donuts. You're right. That is a lot of donuts. And there's another box here too. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so envious. I want donuts. Mama Sar, can we have donuts later? Thinking to use Simple Dots when I have donuts. You and Tab. That's Thursday in Poland. I think I know where I need to go in February now. I've got to go to Poland next year. Just get my body weight in donuts. One day in a year we go bonkers. Bonkers would be the correct word here. Holy moly. That's awesome. The commissar said 1 minute, so I'm terrified that she's going to go uh, to the Tim Hortons that's near us, get some donuts. You know what's funny is where I live now, there currently is a Tim Hortons, just a little coffee shop up the street from us. All right, got a lot of the color blocking done. I think that looks really good so far. Obviously, it still needs a lot of paint for some of these other areas. Like again, we're going to do metallics here for the weapon and for everything else, especially the backpack. But this is a good opportunity for us to do some edge highlighting. Then we can clean up some other stuff here and do you. Well, the progress is brought to you by viewers like you. Yes, reference. Okay, so how am I going to highlight this? So I've got corn red on the bottom, so I want the next red up. That's blood for the blood god. I could go to Mephiston red, which I think is the right direction. Finish an orc, said eat a donut. Oh, I could do that tomorrow. Actually, we have a fun idea that we're gonna do tomorrow for the orc stream, where after I don't want to spoil it, it's so good, but after we're done like the main painting phase, um, like after we're done like the clipping and gluing, there's we've got little breaks in between breaks, hint breaks. Um, too far into what that means, but little breaks in between just to break up kind of the monotony of painting orcs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Windows. Um, it's going to break up the monotony a little bit. And there's just some cool stuff that we're going to be opening on. Um, the idea is that it's just we're not just doing, here's a bunch of orcs, here's a bunch of orcs, here's a bunch of orcs. Yes, I'll leave some surprises. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I'm just very excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be really a lot of fun. And yeah, you're there, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's I've got some music planned for it. Because right now this is just really chill, but tomorrow's stream is by no means chill. It's just me going absolute batshit insane for I don't know how long. I bought a bunch of energy drinks just in case. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Oh, fun fact what I'm doing right now is I'm using a wet palette with my dry brush, and it's specifically so I can get these like faded dry brush lines aren't appearing on, but I'll try. Post it in Discord in a little bit. The idea is just to, because I'm using the water, I can keep dry brush lines. Dry brush now. Red, but back to smaller brush. We're going to go to the Psycho. Apparently, I am a Psycho. Grab a little bit of this, and we're going to edge highlight that red. We can go more defined. Need the initial shading. Get it into the little crevices here. So you can actually see what I'm doing here. Sometimes I get the model too close to me. To focus from. Clean up our lines. I was debating how I was going to paint these, um, yeah, Space Marine, and really went back and forth a couple times because I don't know a lot of the lore just yet. I didn't really want to do this any injustice. I figured I'd paint like the box art. I think that's what a lot of people do because they're nervous about getting it to look a certain way. Um, just trying to get some light in. Not being too careful, being too specific or too perfect. That's not the aim. The aim is just to get paint. Spelling is one of those things I really brings the model that you're painting to life. Like, brothers, happy Fat Thursday. Salute. Sugar donuts. Thank you, Commissar. Red looks pretty good so far. Here's the part where I'm going to take the shade, Airbrush. Airbrush. Flared out. Wet. Back. Light. And we're going to take Sterling Mud. I don't want Sterling Mud. Take some Agrix Growth Shade. Model upside down. Shade paint off. Just paint towards the model. Painting upwards, put it down. Specifically because I want all that like shade find its way into the recesses where the light's not gonna. And shade paints like to flow a little bit, so blow them under. A little hair there, but right. Did that specifically just to tone down all the red that we put on for the highlight. Blow it up into the recesses. Second to dry and grab another Fat Thursday donut. While it's drying, we can talk about the next thing that's going to happen. Sorry. Come back with the Mephiston Red and just highlight some of those areas we did again. Because now we have a full shade to it. Just brightening them. I saw that there's some clean light here. On the cloak. That's only the cloak. That's the only thing. It's super, super subtle in color. Red's on there, which grab an orange. Evil Sun Scarlet. An orangey red. It looks very similar. But next to it, next to Piston Red, almost look identical. As soon as they hit the model, very, very bright red. and just up around. To really highlight. We found the skin colors for the cloak. Oh, Cal, what color combo did you go with? Oh, fleet skin, very nice. Oh, I like that he's doing like little pustules on it. Colors just kind of pop. Getting flesh tone. Couple washes. Drakenhof Nightshade. Nice. Yes, yes. Flesh and Bulkman's Glow for the highlight. Okay. I'll put that in my back pocket and save it for later. Thank you. There we go. That's a good resource for. That looks really cool. I'm gonna grab a super orange here. This is Wild Rider Red, and I'm just gonna take a lot of this off my brush because I want almost like a dry brush. Just gonna pick a bit here, just kind of gently, even moist, highlight on it too right. I'll have to test it first since I want to transition to be more pale skin. Oh, Galvorback red. Bugman's good idea. Post pixel your results too, because I'm like, this tutorial is really good. Oh, and if you can you post the ratio too? Um, Not that I'm gonna steal it and claim it's my own. I'm just, it'll help me more like more desired dead flesh look. Inspiration, 100%. That's what I'm trying to say is inspiration. I feel like some people misconstrue that word as like as theft. Um, my old employer used to tell me that we don't copy designs, we get inspired by it. And I misunderstood what he said. I thought he was saying, okay, so we should make something like this, but not this thing. Really, what he was saying was, we make this exact thing. Just say that we were inspired. Orange up here. Like that, we've got a very bright cloak so far. Kind of thefty to me, though. Yeah, and whoa, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's only getting worse. Uh, uh, water. Oh, shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. I dropped it into the wet palette. Lord. At least a lot of the colors that are going on are colors that would be kind of preferred. You know what? We'll call it. It's fine. Yes, it is kind of thefty. You know what? It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be a burn up rush stream if something chaotic didn't happen. It's okay. We can bounce back from that. It was just on the skull up here. No harm done. I was just making a big deal out of it because I was worried it was more. The commissar, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Not too worried about the colors here. Um, Next, we're going to take some of these skulls that I did earlier. Um, and I'm going to first clean up a few of them. Use the palette white. We're just going to make them a little less red. They're a little pink, a little red. It was a little overage. Just clean them up. I've seen worse, that's all. Yeah, that's fair. I've done worse, I think. What's funny is this is one of those models where we're painting things in such a weird way that when we start adding our italics, this is just going to come together really, really, really. Second coat, olive white. Feels clean. You played Diablo 2 and they're announced a new class for it. I haven't played Diablo 2 in a while. I played Diablo 3 last. Yeah, what's the new class? Warlock. Warlock. Warlock 2. Here while I get a chance. Before we throw in our Bolton Horde. Play Diablo 2 for this years. While they're still doing things. So yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like it's been a minute since Diablo 2 got an update. I thought they were on Diablo 4 now. Still updating Diablo 2, that's kind of wild. Wonder if they're doing an update because maybe they're planning to re-release it. Switch to Path XL after that. So they did re-release it. So they've already re-released it. In the old games because ain't nobody gonna pay those prices. Yeah, give me the DRM free games. So wait, does that mean Diablo 2 is the DRM free version is gonna get an update, or I'll bet you it's only in the launcher. Blizzard launch probably. You have to buy the game from Blizzard in order to get the update. No way they're gonna release the patch to the wild. Now it's Diablo 2 Resurrected. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I just avoided that one. I already owned Diablo 2, and I just couldn't understand why I would want to buy it again, but it seems like they're trying to add value now where they want you to buy it, trying to get class out. The Warlock does sound cool. I haven't seen anything about it, though, but it sounds like it would be a cool class. I'm going to paint these feathers pale white flesh as well. And my reason for it is because I'm going to come back through and use some, like, contrast paints on them. Diablo 2 Darkness. Okay. I'm so confused with Blizzard's strategy for launching games, relaunching games. Like, here's the same game we made once, but with DLC. Like, why couldn't we just buy the DLC? Am I crazy? Feather hidden up here. And all the feathers in the back now. Cool looking. Companies do that nowadays. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. The engines have changed a little bit. I saw that was still getting updates like 20 years past. It was like some games that just they will not die. they can't make the same games as before since there are no more people hired by them with the same passion. I 100% agree. Um, and I will add to that the passion that original developers had for building these games was almost slave labor. They weren't treated super well, and there were very small teams of developers, but they loved the ability to make games. That was their whole thing was they wanted to make, and there wasn't a lot of companies that were letting you do that. So it was like if you were in the software industry in the 80s and 90s, extremely slim. Like I wasn't available to it. I was very young. Like it was extremely slim that you'd be in those industries. More than often than not, you would be doing regular software for so the all business software. But if you get to make games, that was kind of like the prize, right? Devotion bordering on slavery, yes, yes, devotion for sure. We use skeleton horde here. Just put it over top of all those areas that just painted white. All the skull areas that just because it'll really bring back that skull texture, skull look, I guess. Might do a dry brush of Paul White flesh over it for the back. Cooling is kind of the secret. Cooling gets into these like RAM, what are they called? Not RAM horns. Cool into it and make it look really dark. Um, yeah, some of the game dev companies in the '90s were really like extremely devoted to what they were doing. It was like that was their end goal was to make a really badass game. Guys that made Doom, holy shit! I mean, they were pioneering a whole genre. Oh, you know what? The antlers here look like they're black. Um, go back and fix that or change. Start with white for now. It's kind of funny, like even the guy that did um, Roller Coaster Tycoon, like that's one of those games where you really need to be devoted to the cause because it's all written in assembly. That's insane. Like x86 assembly too. Oh, for tomorrow's stream, like I said, I'll be playing a lot of music. It won't be chill music like this stream is. Just more warning. It'll be more like some heavy metal and some like meme wacko stuff. Just because it'll help keep me going for the for the duration of the stream. Afraid those bones might get lost in the sauce because of the color. So I might come back and highlight. Lost of time. Ancient deck, lost time. Yeah. x86 architecture. I mean, it's still around. It's still in basically every processor there is. But it's one of those things where assembly language is done automatically now, or automagically. Know the term? And like the skills required to make those games. Ah, yes. Um, you want to see a really crazy video game, like one that shouldn't, by all means, shouldn't exist. Almost no one does it. Yeah. Um, look up the documentary of the video game Crash Bandicoot. That is a video game that just should not exist because it couldn't. But the way that they did it made it exist, and that's the most insane thing. I watched the documentary how that game is made, how it works. It's crazy. Like they were literally borrowing, and you know what? Bethesda did it too, but they did it for Oblivion. Um, but it is absolutely insane how they got that game to make it work because they were borrowing memory from the system and then reparsing it as it went. Like, shouldn't have even been able to run, and it ran so fast. They were able to get more data into RAM than basically any other game. Those are starting to turn out pretty good. Skeleton Horde, like I said, does a lot of the work. So we're gonna come back with a Paul White Flash and just clean this up. Uh, Bethesda, when they were making Elder Scrolls Oblivion, they did for PC and it worked well. There was no problem there. It's not some great like coding thing, but what they did for the Xbox, because they released it on the Xbox platform, um, kind of cool, is they had the system quietly restart while you were playing. They could do that to clear the memory, so they could keep pushing things into memory. Japanese people live in different times though. Like in tech, like, still find old tech upgrade and running. Yes, I've always wanted to go to Japan specifically because I love the old tech that's there. Oh my god, Akihabara in the that alleyway that they have, the old tech there is crazy. Like they still got tubes from those eras, like from the 70s, 80s, 60s. You need tubes. Japan's the way to go. And the other thing too is that beyond just tubes, you can find like actually old radios. Um, they've got like numerous LEDs, numerous. I think I watched a video once where someone was getting like a potentiometer. It was like, what style, what size, what's the footprint on it? They just had everything at the ready. I would kill for that kind of availability. Right now, I have to go to AliExpress and try and buy things for JLC PCB and just get my boards done there. I might do a stream where we use Easy ADA on here. Just build some build some boards because I use them for some of the stuff, mostly for lighting kits. See, that light's coming back through on the skull. See, of course. Down, let it focus. Full bear. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now with these horns, there's some darkness to them. Then the other horns are up here dark as well. Oh, you know what? Get to do the other skull over here. They did the whole skull really dark, but you can brighten it up again. Bring back that color space. Yes, I'm making it purposely lighter here. My reasoning for it is just gonna change up the antlers a little bit. But it's relatively. Again, some of these bones in the back here, I'm just gonna highlight them just a bit. Skulls up here can just stay the way they are because they're dirty and old skulls. I'm gonna highlight just around just the eyes a little bit. Those wherever light's gonna kiss them. You know what games I'd love to see more of is I'm a big fan of point and click adventure games. Um, I've played pretty well all of them. I've played Leisure Suit Larry. I've played um, all the Monkey Island ones. Played uh, Zap, F, Dak, Dak, Dak McCracken. That's what. I just can't remember all the names of like all the games, but I'm a huge adventure games. I think it's just because I'm just nerd coded, so probably why. So what they did here is it looks like they used that Corvus Black again, but up along the antlers on the thing on his staff. I'm just gonna use some of that there. Side my wet ball here, get it like a wok, then just over it. Or have all the depth from the Wilson Horde. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What do we oh knowing? Should I be scared? I got my mold pellet. Oh, that sucks. Um, Thankfully it's easy to clean out. You just a little bit of dish soap on hot water. Give some time to dry out a little bit, and throw some regular water in, and back to normal. I add a few drops of Dawn dish soap into mine when I'm getting it ready, and that just helps the mold stay out. I think people use like pieces of brass as well. For color profile. Sure. I'll go hardcore. We'll disinfect it with isopropyl. That's a really good idea. Isopropyl is kind of like the above all end all, like everything. Okay, so dark. This is here. Horns. I don't want to go that far because I can stun it. Do it really quickly. Take some extra earth shape, but maybe some null. Try that. What's our coat? It's Warden or Black Legion's pretty. Null oil. Leather. Oh, Tab, I hope you like the streams where I try and find things for a little bit. My Null Oil? Are you my Null? You are my Null Oil. Hello. Hello. But thinking what to do with the sponge since it's my last one. Yeah. Get another sponge. um, Sponges are kind of hard because sponges absorb all that. Like, I grab big old shape here. On the man. Canadian in me. Antler. Antler. Or not bread. Fudge drink. Ford F-150. Out the dry part. Keep going. Soak it nice for a bit. You've got 5 liters of isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, man, just soak the thing. Over defining my white here. What do you call it? Oh no, on the oil. All the little pigments here. Give it the helmet. Have some good definition. Soon, maybe? Do I get to show off my definition? something in the background that tries to focus on. Gotta turn off autofocus. What I gotta do. There we go. Then there's just this little weapon here that I forgot to paint earlier. So we're just gonna paint that the black now. Put it on black. Water. 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 Um. Water. More water. Oh, I'm starting to lose it. One sec. One sec here, guys. My last note. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, burn that brush. That doesn't look very good. You put some paint on it, and sure, it kind of looks okay, but what the hell? To that, I'm gonna say one thing. Lock the fuck in now. As per my obligation to doing a VOD, as for my streams, I've decided that from now on I will say like, comment, and subscribe. I'll say it very clearly. Like, comment, subscribe. There. That should fulfill my obligation to you. The VODs will love it. Um, all right. So he's got a couple little decorations here. They're not really defined here, kind of, but we can definitely do them. I'm going to start working on them because basically the color blocking is done, so it's all decoration. Black off my brush. Before I do fire effects for any OSL, we're just going to finish up all the little details, then we'll come back and do the OSL and the fire. So gold is a nice one to start with because this has a lot of gold on it. Start with gold. See that the way that they did it is they put a little eye right in the center. We're going to do that too. Oh, we're going to do that. You'll see. Don't worry. You're worrying too much. Don't worry. We're going to do... Oh, not that. Don't do that. Oh, whoops. It wouldn't fall apart if it wasn't me. We could do the highlights here on his shoulder pads, and we should do that. Oh, Jesus Christ! Commissar just snuck in next to me and gently put the gold right next to me. Oh, happens. I'm locked in and just sneaks right. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, frig. Oh, gosh. What were we doing? Right. Highlighting. Okay. Get Zandri dust here. We're gonna highlight this with some Zandri dust. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. She just scared the ever living hell out of me. Zandri dust. To try, rather. You can fix up this part up here. Make that leather in. Take some sneak up it. I promise not to scream like that again. Highlighted our. Gonna start with the backpack. Okay, so how do we highlight this? I've got my little dry brush, a little dry brush by the Army Painter, Masterclass miniature dry brush. And because it's black armor, I'm not going to use Corvus black. I'm going to start in the blue regions. So I've got a couple different colors here. Heavy Metal wants me to use a different thing, but we've got Thunderhawk blue, and I need Eshin gray. It wants me using by darkness too. Actually let's follow the tutorial on Heavy Metal. So it says base coat in black, which you've done. Chunky highlights is Inky by darkness. Start with Inky by dark. Just gonna start brushing it up. Wherever we can at least. Take my character brush now. Same with the Inky edge highlight. Shaking all the way yet. Really dark. Onto the backpack. A little thicker. We did with the dry brush. Next, it wants us to use Thunderhawk blue, which we have right in front of us. Back through like my brush is nice and tight. Long. Basically almost just brushing with it. spaces in here we can do where we sort of form of where this there's backpack. We're going to do something similar. Right? Just backpack plate them all around so I can see a little bit better. Making sure that my hut pretty good so far. Now, grab the Enrisian Gray. So it's looking for me. A lot of blues up here. I have Rust Gray, which is normally pretty good. Risian Gray. Wants me to take this in just a light. Next one would have been Rust Gray because it's kind of the mid-tone between this and Thunderhawk. I put both on camera here. Pick this up. See what I mean. Run that blue-gray spectrum. I would normally go with that one, but I'm following the guide, so happens here. What he wants me to do is just very, very razor thin highlight. For these. I believe I have blue horror on my deck. A little bit of dried paint hanging on the end of my brush. I'm just gonna clean up. Light to me. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, that's too much. Anymore. Or black. The blues away for another day. Blues on a cruise. Blues. Yeah. There we go. All right. Good. Using the have it on black just to clean up the highlights a little bit, make them sharper. Just so not too much coverage in areas. Up just because I did go a little heavy with that dry brush. Resalt, there's some good. Good. Black in take a little black blue. Brighten up that side over there just a little bit. Who's the damn? A little. I don't know if we'll be finishing this model today, but we'll be close to done. But what I like about edge highlighting is it's colors just something similar for like that. Well, not super visible. That's okay. Because the plan now is I take, again, real fine brush. Psycho? Nope, character brush. Psycho? You're the psycho. Literally, the psycho. No need to rush. Or streams in. Exactly. You're 100%. You're 100%. You're 100%. I'm. I need to remind myself too is that I don't need to rush. One of those things I still struggle with now that I'm learning to work around. I want to just finish everything in one, and I not because it looks sloppy if I do. It look really good if I just take time. I'm always saying too. I always say, take your time, slow down, the way that you want to see them. Truth is, reality is that sometimes I forget that too. They look really pretty if you just take your time. You need to get that spiritually reminding me. See, this is exactly why I like these streams. Because stuff like that reminds me like it is okay to just slow down, relax, and enjoy this hobby. Everything's erased. Take a little forest black here. Because I over it a little bit, the dry brush, clean it up a little. The dry brush, or it's either this or I hit it with olive oil. Olive oil will make it look really good. And you're right. Try and bolts. Pretty good. I mean, it's a little white from the Fenrisian, but come back over this with the Thunderhawk blue. Look just as good. In fact, it might even look better. Thunderhawk blue. Some of the Abaddon black. Or Abaddon. Okay, Abaddon black. Oh, real smooth. I don't like about Abaddon Black is once it gets in the brush, it's really into the brush. Perfect. Okay. That's about time I start talking about a wrap up. What we get done today and what we're gonna tomorrow's not gonna be let's talk about what we get done today. Just some cleaning of a brush. That was nice. Finally got things kind of organized and have to start painting. We didn't get any gold on this guy yet, but we will get more gold on him soon. I'm gonna have to put a lot of time and effort into that's more visible on stream to these horns. I want that to happen. If I can see the stream. My camera around so I can see what I'm. So the goal going forward, I guess what we got done today. We'll start with what we got done today. I'm not quite as disorganized here. Make them not visible. This. You know, it's gonna struggle to focus. Probably something funny like I'll get like this and it'll probably just focus me. I need something more detailed so it's right focus on it probably. Okay, there. So what we get done today, you should have white paper on hand. I should. You're right. Good idea if I did. I've got a get this. This might work better. This is just a white um canvas. One of the ones I use when I'm taking photos. um uh I have another one here. Well, just shiny. Okay. That actually is a little better. By that I mean it's a lot better. Rotate. Uh I have gonna struggle forever. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make our lives a lot easier real quick here. I'm just gonna do the thing I should have been doing this whole time. Oh, now it focuses. Okay. Uh this change the zoom level. Can't change the zoom level. Cool. Here we go. Now I can. Okay. So that kind of works. Um, what we got done today was we got the color blocking done. What is color blocking? Color blocking is just us making sure we have all the base blocks of color. So it's just here's our reds, here's our blacks, here's our browns, and we're just getting them onto the model in big areas where we need to get a lot of attention and detail. Um, that's important as a step because that makes sure that all the colors are just going on evenly. They're flat. And then we did some dry brushing in detail. Now it looks like we lost a little bit of paint here, so I'll clean that up real quick. As soon as I'm done talking about it, rather, and get the skulls kind of started here. So the skulls have been hit with pale white flesh, and then Skeleton Horde. Then we redid helmet with Pal White's flesh, just so it was directly in the color space. And then we redid part of the skull on the staff. Then we did the blue gun holster as well. So after cleaning up the feathers and the bones, um, started working around the rest of the model, and we did some edge highlighting on the back of this he's got on, as well as on the backpack as well. So the hope is that Tuesday's stream we'll get back into CSM, assuming I haven't died from doing the orc stream, and get some gold on this guy as well. And like I said, and then we'll get into the finer details like OSL and paying the fire and getting dyes done, getting some scenery done. Hoping Tuesday will be a good day to get all this basing done too. I don't have big plans to try and finish everything in one day, but we'll get pretty close. So tomorrow's stream. What's tomorrow's stream is going to be? So tomorrow's stream, I'm going to grab my corn red and we're going to talk about this real quick because tomorrow's going to be a big day. Tomorrow's stream is an Oops All Orcs stream. What the hell does that mean? Oops All Orcs stream is I found some orcs in a box. I've already talked about this briefly, but just to touch on it again, is I don't have instructions for them, so I don't really know what it is I'm building, other than they're called boys, which could be anything for orcs, unfortunately, because like a third of their army is called something boys something. It could be skinny boys, it could be fat boys, it could be big boys, it could be small boys, it could be happy boys, it could be sunny boys, sad boys, it could be mad boys. I like the boys. I like the orcs, the boys. Clean up the cloak here. Feather this in and fade it a little bit in both directions. Like that. Just clean it. What that means is that that orc stream. You starting? When will you be starting tomorrow's stream? I'll be starting tomorrow's stream at the same time, so 12 o'clock. It'll be no different than today's stream in terms of start time. The only catch is that even though I'll be starting straight at the normal time, there's no end time. So there'll be no oh, we're getting close to the end, we're gonna wrap it up. There will be no timer of oh, we're starting with this stuff, or here's where we left off last time. It's just go, 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 go. We're just gonna start, and then we're not gonna finish or stop until we're done. We're gonna go till I run out of steam, or till we run out of orcs. And I've got a couple cans of energy drinks, so we're gonna run out of orcs first. That's the hope. Made it this far in the stream. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. A quick 3-second. Commissar, look away. I bought some more orcs just for the stream. So we're not just doing 10. We're doing a lot more. I can't go into the details to all the surprises. I've already given a lot away. There's a lot of things that are coming up for it. And there's still more. There's still more that we haven't talked about that's going to be happening. I'm very excited for it because it's just more and more and more and more and more. The more I think about it, the more excited I am because it's not just like doing a couple orcs, it's doing a lot of things. I'm gonna start probably gonna stand there watching you like a heretical guardsman if you don't finish them. 100%. He's keeping me honest. Tomorrow's color palette's gonna be green, by the way, too. There won't be a whole lot of things there that aren't green. I've got some new green spray paint. Oh, go get the spray paint. One sec. Monday night, I went and I bought gold brand acrylic spray paint. This stuff is used for like tagging buildings and like um being like a deviant and like spray painting your local whatever and like doing like uh, what do you call it there? Like just tagging stuff or like that's the term, but graffiti. It's used for like graffiti art. So I bought some Monday and lock him in the room until he finishes them, probably. I did some on a sprue, and that's Tuesday when we put these other types on top of it, just to see what they would look like over top of it. I'm super excited because I can use like moot green, which just sits on my desk for the most part. Throw it over top of this green. It's gonna look so good. Most likely. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. So it again, the color palette's gonna be green. And I got this just to throw on top of the orcs first. So because they're gonna start gray, right? So they won't get the regular zenithal, they'll just get this green. Really nice dark green. And it's really easy to build on, so I'm very excited to use it. And we've got our old P3 paints. These would be good for like fourth or fifth edition. I've held on to them for forever. I've got some basing materials. We've got some really cool like other contrast paints I want to use. Warp Lightning, Orc Flesh, um, uh, Aldari Emerald. Like it's nonstop. And because these are orcs, I've got a ton of sprues. I'm just gonna cut up and use. Gut rip of flesh. Like it's gonna be nonstop orcs, 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 orcs. So many orcs. We're gonna forget what orcs look like. We're gonna forget what everyone else or everything else looks like. It's just gonna be orcs. It's the boys stream. Stream for the boys. Nonstop orcs. The commissars decided that I have to stay in here this whole time while we're painting, and that is my plan. We're still gonna have some logistical stuff. He will be crazy. I will be crazy. If I'm not crazy at the end of tomorrow's stream, if I'm not regretting my life choices after tomorrow's stream, then we haven't done enough. My promise to you is that if I have to go get more orcs just to make the stream more interesting, I will get more orcs. I will drive myself crazy just for the stream. He'll take his card and go to the store. She will too. Oh Lord. uh Commissar has been very excited for the stream. She's been a huge help getting things together for this. Um and she wants to see it happen as well. Or already tried to get him to double the boys. Yeah. It's the boys are like 80 bucks a box, so it's like it's so expensive to, to get them. Because it's just like any other unit, right? And from what I can tell, nobody has like used boys. It's so weird to say these words. I'm a Gazgul Traka. I'll take them. What the hell is a Gazgul? Let me look this up real quick. Oh my god, is he big? Traka. Oh my god. He looks like my war chief. That's crazy. And he's got a little Gretchen, of course. Of course. let me put him on stream here real quick. Gazgul Traka. Traka, sorry. It's boys. It's quantity over quality, in my opinion. Not wrong. Like if I go to 40K here, look up the um, Dino's armies, and then look up the orcs real quick. Combat patrol with like a ton of boys, Gretchens and stuff in it, goblins, whatever. Here's just a pack of boys, $70. Here is Orc Snagga boys. Here's Squighog boys. Here's Burna boys. Storm boys. Orc boys. What the hell is the difference between Orc boys? Hold on, these guys are $57? What? The boys. Orc boys versus boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Versus how many here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, okay, so one more boy for $30 less. Sorry, for $20, $13 less. I had to get really cool sculpts here, like this guy, which are really badass. Or this guy. Commissar, if you want to go out and get them on behalf and without me paying into them, I will gladly paint them. This guy's got a little Gretchen on his back. He's like a torpedo. It's gonna be amazing. And I gotta pay for food, my hobby, and your hobby. Well, I'm already paying for my hobby. Also, I'm buying food. Orcs just look fun. I like the trucks. Pretty sweet. I want to 3D print one of these. Um, Actually, the plan I have is to, now that things are working, is to 3D print something like this Boosta Blasta. Just because they're very expensive, very hard to get a hold of. Um, they're not really in stock very often. Uh, yeah, it's it's orcs are so weird. Anyway, with Stompa, Golf Jump Dragster looks good. Oh, every time I see the Shock Jump Dragster, they have the Dragster bucks in stock. Yes, they do. Boondock Snazwagon. Um, Either the Squig Buggy, Shock Jump. Shock Jump's cool. It's like a Formula One kind of thing. But I like this guy too, the Shock Trunk, uh, Rocket Truck Squig Buggy. Um, Love the tires. They're just these big, fat, bald tires. I could paint this in Rebel colors. Yes, Formula One colors. Kind of fun. This thing I love because every time I look at it, it reminds me of one song. I'm gonna play that song real quick. Has a band fan in the back. I know. Just reminds me of Guar. Black Betty would be funny as hell. Ram Jam. Black Betty has that like, welcome to Daytona 500 race day kind of vibe. Sun's hot and the crowd's going wild. Oh, Need for Speed on it. Yes. This one with the Riders on Storm? Yes. Oh, I really missed the car selection screen. Negative 13 tomorrow? Oof. Don't want to go outside. Negative 13. On the storm. If if I end up with a shock dragsta, I'm gonna build a little lift for it. That's what I'll do. Hell yeah. Make sure it's done right. Song I know on here. I think it's had a playlist of music just listen to. Like, sorry, I don't mean to just play music this whole time. Gonna copyright struck like there's no tomorrow. Uh, it's okay. It's not saved in the vault. Um, which is why we can do that tomorrow. We'll sit and listen to some music. Beyond just chill hop. Chill hop's nice, but it's nice to have some others. Anyway, I'm gonna put my brushes back for now. I'm gonna clean some of them up off. Little worse for wear. Kind of getting chunky like this guy. I'm gonna get excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow, like I said, huge. Um, and it's just hanging out, going crazy. Going to be orcs. I think I got my orc voice down pat, so we'll try that out. If you think we're going to play, I don't even know. I'm just ad libbing. Workshopping stuff here. Uh, I want to try something different today. I think we can take the stream and we're gonna raid somebody who's just getting into miniature painting. That's okay with y'all. That way you can jump over there and say hi. Let them know who sent you. On a stream. Watching someone actually on Twitch here recently does miniature painting. She's just learning to play Warhammer now. Oh hell yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raid. I can? Do I know how to raid? I don't. Okay, so correctly. Great, and hope you have a great time. We'll see you tomorrow on our Orc stream. Peace. Remember, praise the Emperor.